We will start in a supported position. Feel free to have a blanket across the mat for some extra padding, and then a blanket that you'll unfold and then roll up. That will be at the end of your mat. And then you'll take that cushion across those blocks or whatever you're using as blocks. Bringing yourself up to that support. Bring that rolled up blanket underneath the knees and recline back on that support. Letting the shoulders relax around, arms relax, palms up. Letting the chest and shoulders find that gradual opening. Starting right away in the supported posture, allowing ourselves to immediately try to relax. Notice if you're gripping or holding in the chest or the shoulders or in the jaw. Taking a few moments to collect your thoughts and collect your attention to how you're feeling, how the shape feels, how your breath feels. Feel free to cover yourself up with a blanket or have anything weighted over the pelvis. And allow yourself to find that stillness. Notice how your breath feels and allow the breath to even out. Equal inhale, equal exhale. I wanted to talk about something a little bit more positive today. This past weekend, we hit the spring equinox, first day of spring. We did have a snow day, so that made it kind of feel like spring wasn't here, but it is, and it is on the horizon. And I wanted a chance to offer a spring meditation, a way to kind of tidy up the mind. And I like to reference Marie Kondo. I love her to death. And she has a quote that says, "When your room is clean and uncluttered, you have no choice but to examine your inner state." And I believe that 100%. When your room is clean and uncluttered, you have no choice but to examine your inner state. And that's what meditation is all about. That's what yoga is about. For many of us, spring cleaning typically brings to mind images of clearing out the overabundance of clutter in our garage, in our attic, our home, our office, or painting or rearranging our spaces. They give us a new sense of freedom, openness, expansiveness in our immediate environment. Rarely do we consider purging the clutter of our mind a necessary step in our spring purification. We've all heard that if our environment is a mess, so is our mind, and vice versa. A home or office that is overrun with clutter will likely have a similar effect on your mind and take on characteristics of being overburdened. Likewise, our minds can be overrun by thoughts, ideas, deadlines, to-dos. Uh, Certainly now, when we have all this time, we feel like we need to be productive. Our environment usually is a mirror image of what is going on in our internal world. So taking the time out to clear out the old thoughts and ideas from our mind is essential to keeping our head on straight and focusing on things that are new and fresh, inspiring and purposeful. In nature, spring represents the cycle of birth with the thawing of ice and the budding of new flowers. This is the beginning stages of nature waking up after a long deep rest and stretching her arms to greet a new season. So too, we can explore the metaphor of waking up in the springtime after having retreated inward for the past several months to rest and recharge. So asking yourself what thoughts or ideas in your mind are ready to be pruned and what new ones are waiting to be birthed. We strive to let go of what has seemingly bogged us down throughout the long hibernation season. So let's move forward with positivity and gratitude, thinking of the spring cleaning not only to clear out the clutter in our home, but in our mind and body as well. So again, asking yourself, what thoughts or ideas in your mind are ready to be let go of? Slowly pressing yourself up from that supported fish. Using your hands, you can bring the feet in towards you. And you're going to spin to one side. It doesn't matter what side you start on. You're going to keep that support. You can unroll that blanket that was underneath the knees and bring that in between the legs. Kind of loosely stacking the knees. You're going to spin towards that bolster. Relax your torso down, coming into this upper body supported twist, and bring your cheek down to the support. You can have your gaze the way your knees are facing, or you can spin the opposite way. Again, allowing yourself to find stillness, making any adjustment, and allowing yourself to get heavy. Keeping the breath slow and deep, in through the nose and out through the mouth. Bringing any thoughts, ideas, or beliefs that have become stagnant, non-serving, or irrelevant. One by one, see if you can connect to what their original purpose was. Do they have a reason for still existing? Is there something further to explore? Or is the energy ready to be dissolved and return to its purest form? When you come to realization that it's time to let go of that mind clutter, much in the same way you would give away an old jacket that you never wear anymore. Thank it for having served its purpose and take any learning or wisdom it has to impart. Next, seeing it dissolve like a morning layer of fog as the sun shines through, or visualize erasing it from a chalkboard to reveal a fresh, clean slate. Doing this one by one or all at once. Once you've cleared away which no longer needs to occupy your mind, spend some time connecting to the open space you have created in your internal world. We create space with our yoga practice in our body. We create space in between the breaths when we are relaxed and we are able to slow down. We create space in between the thoughts in our mind. That space that you cultivated doesn't mean that the mind is now empty, but rather see it as being filled with the element of space, which represents pure potential. Inviting in a new thought or belief in a form of an intention for something you would like to manifest in the coming days or weeks or months. Perhaps there's an old idea that you would want to take off the shelf, dust off a bit, and revisit. Maybe it's finally writing that book or starting that project that has been in the back of your mind for years. Bring your new intention to the forefront of your mind and imagine planting it like a seed in the fertile soil of your soul. And then ask the universe for the mechanics for its fulfillment on your behalf. And last but not least, letting go of that intention. Trusting that the universe will work out the details. And repeating this mantra and taking this mantra with you off of the mat into the rest of your week, months. I am inhaling, living to my fullest potential. And I am exhaling clutter in my life. I am inhaling, living to my fullest potential. I am exhaling clutter in my life. If you turned your head the way you're away from your knees, turn your head towards your knees, evening out the throat. Slowly help yourself up and away from that support. And you're going to spin the other way, sitting up in the same way. Relax legs, spinning towards that support and bringing your torso down, either the way away from your knees or towards the knees. Slowly pressing yourself up and away from that support. And now spinning towards it. Coming into a supported child's pose. Knees will be wide. Support will be in between the thighs. You're going to bring it close to you, so when you lean forward, your torso is resting on that support. When you breathe, your breath presses into it, moving the breath into the side body and the back body. Again, coming to either cheek. You can take the blankets and pad underneath the knees, underneath the top of the feet, or bring one in between the legs. Arms are relaxed, shoulders relaxed, and away from the ears. Feeling the breath fill from the low back to the mid back to the upper back. Release from the upper to the mid to the low. I'm inhaling, living to my fullest potential. I'm exhaling clutter in my life. The energy of spring. Spring is creation energy. It's not the only time of year that you may feel inspired to start something new, but it's the time of year when you may birth new ideas, gain a huge amount of momentum, and are more inclined to freshen up and get moving. When you feel the surge of ideas, what you want to fill that space with, you want to kind of harness that hope and that creativity and jump on that wave. Yoga teaches you that about the elements and the cycles and the rhythms of nature, and it encourages you to kind of sync up with the seasons, both internally and externally. And the best ways to do this is connect with the energy of spring and think about what it represents to you and why. Keywords that may come up is newness, fresh blooms, passion, excitement, new beginnings. And then try to get busy doing those things to feel inspired. Slowly pressing yourself up and away from that support. Feel free to step back 1 foot at a time to rock over the toes, letting blood flow back into the knees. You'll take apart that setup. Take the bolster or cushion against the wall. You can do this without the wall. I'm going to demo with the wall. You can have a blanket for underneath the head and shoulders. We're going to come to that support from the side against the wall. And to help yourself up the wall, slowly start to bring the legs up one at a time. And letting your head meet that support. If you have tight hamstrings, you'll want to be more at an angle against the wall. Again, if you're not by a wall, you can just have that support underneath the hips and just have the legs up. Again, everything is relaxed and heavy, grounding into the ground and the props. Arms relax, face and jaw soft. Allow yourself to settle in. Noticing your breath, finding that mind-body connection. Noticing any sensations you may be feeling, any images in your mind, any thoughts still floating around. Ask yourself, what does this time of year represent to you? Notice the energy of spring and how it is stirring within you. What needs freshening up in your life? Is there a new project you're feeling inspired to start? What has you feeling passionate, excited, and motivated? What do you want to create? Feeling your own energy in this moment, and become conscious of the sensations in your body as you breathe deeply. What are the words, phrases, or feelings that come up for you? Allow yourself to imagine going out into the season and beginning the things that bring you the most joy. Bringing your thoughts and ideas into your external environment and making them come to life. Notice how that changes any sensations in the body or in the mind. Noticing that sense of joy within. Taking a few more breaths wherever you're at. Yogi's choice, if you have your legs up, you can slowly start to bring them down. If you have them against the wall, you can bring the legs wide. You can come to bound angle or butterfly, bring the soles of the feet together. Taking a few more breaths wherever you're at. If you can hear my cat snoring next to me, I apologize. The next pose, the last pose, is Shavasana. Since I have a cat sleeping, I will not demo that. He looks very comfy. He is demoing Shavasana for me, my cat assistant. You may stay up against the wall if you prefer for the rest of class, or you can come away from the wall to slide to one side and help yourself up. You can come flat on your back. You can use any support underneath the knees. You can come back to where we started in that supported heart opener. He's not making this easy for me. Any comfortable last shape. Whatever shape that you choose, finding that complete surrender. No more muscular effort, no more controlling the breath. Allow yourself to completely let go. May you find the balance you desire and need, light and dark, spirit and body, mind and soul. May you recognize the gradual, powerful rebirth happening within you. May you awaken to the potential and the blossoming of your own self. And like the wild geese, may you find your way home. slowly start to deepen the breath. Coming back to your space, to your body. Bringing movement back into your fingers and toes. And taking a full body stretch, reaching the arms up and overhead. And bring the knees in towards the chest and roll to your right side. Pausing here to notice any shifts, any changes, any inspiration that came up for you. And that space that you created, again, in the body, in the mind, in the breath. And sitting with that space, enjoying that space, trying to resist that urge to fill it with something. Spring brings new beginnings. Like an early morning sunrise, each day is a new opportunity for you to create something new. Hopefully taking that ease and grace into the rest of the week, the next couple months, knowing that your practice and your breath is always here for you. When you're ready, slowly pressing yourself up to a seat. And slowly relax. Finding that breath again, relaxing the shoulders. Just notice how you feel. Feeling rejuvenated, reconnected, relaxed. And taking the hands to heart center and honestly mudra. Giving yourself gratitude for showing up for yourself and coming to the mat. We'll seal our practice with a shared breath. Take a deep inhale in and let it go. My heart to yours. Namaste.